שנה טובה חברים, אז בחרתי לשתף אתכם בפרק שהקלטתי בערך לפני שנה עם חבר מאמן עסקי ששמו ZISHAN, וככה יצא לי להתארח אצלו בפודקאסט ודיברנו באופן חופשי, ממש שיחה מלב אל לב, אפילו הבת שלי התערבה שם באמצע, התעוררה לה ככה פתאום, למרות שזה היה כזה בערב. וחלקתי שם באמת קצת מהמסע שלי וקצת מאיך שאני רואה כל מיני דברים. הוא שאל שאלות מאוד מעניינות, יש שם הרבה תובנות שנכנסו לנו והרבה טיפים, אז לכל דוברי האנגלית ומביני השפה כמובן, החלטתי לחלוק איתכם את הפרק הזה, ובו בעצם אני משתף איתכם את מה שיש אצלו בפודקאסט. אותו מראיין אותי, אז אני מקווה שתהנו ושיהיה לכם ממש אחלה של שנה 2024, וזה הכל חברים. אז תהנו מהפרק ותעדכנו אותי.
Hello everybody, we are live for Tuesday Talks. Tuesday Talks is all about getting to know an individual and finding out what makes them tick, what do they care about, how their career reflects, and what motivates them to keep going. Today's guest is Dr. Abiram. Dr. Abiram has a PhD in clinical biochemistry and is a health coach that uses a holistic approach, which includes the 10x muscle building protocol to create optimal health in his clients quickly. So we'll quickly find out, what that sounds and looks like, and get Dr. Abiram on.
Hey.
Hello, Avi. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. ZISHAN, how are you?
I am amazing. Thank you very much for taking the time out for Tuesday Talks.
It's my pleasure.
And obviously, it is a couple of hours ahead for you, the
Yes.
UK. So a bit late over there, but thank you very much for taking the time out. I've done a short introduction for you already.
Yeah.
But, you're the best person to expand on that and let the viewers and listeners know who you are and what you do. And the biggest question that everybody has on their mind, why do you do it, Avi?
Well, okay, so my name is Aviram, Trachtenberg. I'm from Israel. As you said, I have a PhD in biochemistry, clinical biochemistry, which doesn't mean a lot for a lot of people, but it is definitely, I researched cancer on my PhD studies, and now I'm researching something else. As a health coach, I'm doing both. I'm lab managing and also doing health coaching for people and 10x protocol, as you said. But why am I doing this? This started with COVID, actually. I had the chance to do this course of Mind Valley. I picked one of free, and I could do it for free if I finished them on time. So I did it, and then I did Super Brain, doesn't matter which one, and I finished it, and then I got it for free because I did it really quickly. It was really fun, and then I got back to which was done when I was younger. I really love the growth, and I came back to it, and then came the opportunity after changing my life with the 10x protocol and Wild Fit and Life Book and all of these courses to personal growth that changed my body, my mind, and my mindset mostly. And then became the chance to become a coach. And this was amazing because I was really set back. I was thinking, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? It was pretty expensive. Yes, no. And I got into it, and it changed my life. And I want to change others. I want to change others' lives. This is my purpose. I want to let everyone know that becoming healthier is not hard. It's not hard. It's just needs some mindset shifts and then some protocols to go through. When you shift your mindset, it's really easy. Yes.
I love that, actually, in regards to that. And I remember our conversation at the airport, because we were
Yeah.
both in Estonia, right? So we were coming
Right.
back, going to our homes,
Yeah.
and we briefly met there. And you showed me your couple of your pictures, which are actually on your Instagram, I believe, right? From the change, and I was like,
Yes.
I was actually surprised to see that. I was like, and you were like, it's just 1 year work, right? It was 1 year.
Even less, yeah, even less.
There.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
even less. There
Yeah,
you go, even
yeah.
less.
Yeah.
So, and so take us through that journey for the listeners and who are here at the moment. You know, so
Yeah.
what was that journey for you? And is that something your clients will look at as well once they become, take your support?
Yes, yes. So my journey is different than my clients, of course. Each one has his own journey. But what I did, I combined changes in nutrition and mindset together with the 10X protocol. So combined together, my chances were really high to get the body that I wanted, the health that I wanted, the energy, which is more important than anything for me. And it was, if I'm going into details, then I changed my nutrition from eating, bread and pasta and rice and things that I don't consider food. Some of them I don't consider even food anymore, like bread. Bread for me is not food.
Okay? That's quite interesting.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah. For me, it's not even food. So this is how you change. You change your mindset. This is not human food, and this is the human diet, and then you put in the workouts, the 10X workouts, which are only 10-15 minutes every time. And sorry, I'm a bit interrupted.
No worries. That's all right.
Yeah. And I was in the 10X. So when you implement those 10X exercises, you understand why you need only 10-15 minutes. And I've been doing it for 2 years, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do you think, so when you made those changes, do you recommend having a habit? Obviously, because when you're doing that change, it's a little bit difficult or challenging for a lot of people because you're making that change.
Yes, of course. It started with what I did. I did the life book process. So I already knew what I wanted health-wise. I know how I wanted to look. And then in congruency with that, I knew what I needed to do. So I checked out different things, and then I saw Wild Fit and I saw 10X, and I decided I'm going to go for it because my health is the most important thing for me. Sorry.
That's no worries. That's all right.
Yeah.
We've had podcasts before, and there was another lady who had kids running in the background, so that's fine.
So give me just a second. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. You can take
it. Okay.
This is all Tuesday Talks is all about, raw and authentic people being real, and how it is, it's not rehearsed, it's not scheduled, so it's not scripted. We are doing as we are doing.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
You're back.
Yeah. She was asleep.
It's all right.
I was going to say this is a perfect time because she just dropped, and I thought that's it. I'm good, but no.
Oh no, that's
okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's okay. Whilst you were away, I was just saying to everybody, this is the whole Tuesday Talks is all about. It's raw, it's authentic, it's not scripted, it's not rehearsed. It is how it is, how everybody's lives are. It's there. But you were talking about the shifts in habits. So what does that look like in your journey? How challenging was it? If somebody is trying to now shift from, as you mentioned, the diet as well, right? now thinking of pasta, bread, and all that stuff as like not normal. When they're trying to shift that, how challenging was that for you, and what did you do to overcome it?
Well, coming to think about, because it was so gradual and was so structurally built right, then it wasn't that hard. Like at the time I thought, how could I not eat dairy anymore? How could I don't know, implement this 10x with the time that I have? But you make the time. You change your mindset as you go. And when you start doing the things, when you go in, you can't back out anymore. It's like you've done it, and it's wow, because the feelings and how you feel your body is something that you can't replace. You can't replace it anymore. And I always say that the body is our vehicle in life. Without our bodies, we can't do anything else. We can do whatever we want to do, you know.
That is so true. I mean, I'm a firm believer of something similar, because I always say, you know, look after your body first before you do anything else, because, you know, being in a corporate industry and being part of like sales and all that stuff, as everybody knows, that sales teams are like pushed to the end until they're like really, really tired and dried, right? Because we need every ounce of your blood we can. So every time there was something, like for me, it was like, if I'm feeling tired, I need to look after the body first, and work will look after it. Because if I don't look after it now, I will have a longer crash, right? So I will be down for a long time. So I might just take 1, 2, or maybe 3 days out if I need that to recover, then continue, rather than crashing and then being out for a week and a half, right? Because that's what you happens, because you keep going.
Exactly.
So I totally agree with what you're saying, you know, that the bodies are the vehicles of where you want to be. So as you look after your car, you know, making sure the tires there, fuel is in there, engine's topped up and everything, you know, your car is clean if you like to show off, and it's there, right? So and you do the same with your body. But when it comes to our body, not everybody does that, right? You're precisely right. We need to treat our body like our car. And if our car broke down, that's because of us. We didn't treat it right. Okay, right? So what I do is I treat it right every morning. I wake up, I joined the 5 a.m. club. This is also something that I wrote about in the upcoming book. I don't remember the name, something for extraordinary health. I'm one of the authors, but I don't remember the name. That's hard. And I'm talking about why it is so important to wake up early and do something for yourself, for your body and for your mind. So if this is meditation or a short workout or just, read a book or be with yourself, thinking, pondering, taking the time to yourself without all these electronics and stuff. So if you start the day like this, then your day is, you can do anything. You are filling yourself up, and then you have all the power to do whatever you need to do. But we also need to take breaks sometimes in the day. So as you said, you break down. Sometimes you work hard, and then you need 3 or 4 days to relax, or a day and a half. So try, and we are sprinting machines. Study says that you do 90 minutes. You should do a 90-minute sprint of whatever you do, of one thing, focus on it, and then take a break. It can be an active break, like a micro workout, some squats, some walking up and down the stairs, or it can be like, if you're fortunate, a sauna, or take a cold shower or something like that, or meditate for 5 minutes, things like that. And then you can go throughout the day, no problem. I actually love that. I love that actually, and thanks for sharing this as well. The book, your book you were mentioning is the total health of extraordinary living, right?
Living, yes.
Total health of extraordinary living. When is it coming out?
It's coming out at the end of January, I think the 23rd. Okay. The 23rd of January. Yeah, it's sometimes changing, so I don't want to be,
don't want to give a fixed date.
Yeah, don't go a fixed date, but that's the date I know for now. And yeah, watch out for it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna come out on Amazon, I believe. And yeah.
Okay.
Really good.
So I actually love that, you know, and I totally agree with that journey of taking that break and, you know, focusing on one thing. And so it's a case of, because what I try to do as well is, you know, like when I'm my head down and totally working, I try to just look up at the sky when I'm feeling, you know, because how often anybody looks up at the sky. Obviously nowadays it's a little bit gray because it's in UK it's cold and everything, so yeah, but you get those moments of little pockets of that where you want to look up at the sky. The reason I do that is because when you're head down or you're focusing onto a task where, as you said, you know, if it's 90 minutes of task that you want to work on, focus on that. In that time your brain becomes tunnel vision. It doesn't see anything else, just that. And also when you're focused onto that, it doesn't understand anything else. It's just trying to solve or learn or take in whatever is happening. It's just in that flow and it's in that moment. So it just becomes narrower and narrower and narrower to the point, if you had continued not worried about the 90 minutes, there comes to a point where it becomes so narrow, and that's when you start getting migraines and headaches, right? So my thing, what I try to do is an hour or something like that, because everything I do is scheduled in. So everything is scheduled. In between those scheduled, I have what I call it pockets of joy for myself. Pockets of joy.
I love that.
Those pockets of joy is literally is going out for a walk. That could be if I have half an hour in between my meetings or calls, I'll go in and go for a walk. Or if I'm back to back, I'll take the time out that I need to go and take water and just go to my back garden and look up at the sky. By looking up at the sky, what I'm doing is I'm allowing my mind now and brain to just open up straight away, because if you're looking up at the sky, you don't see an end. It's endless, right? So when you're seeing an endless space, your mind is like, oh, okay, it's not finishing. So hence it needs to fill in the gap. And the gap is like now gone, it's big. Even if you do that for just 2 minutes, you'll be refreshed straight away. I can guarantee that to anybody. But you have to be in that moment, just looking at the sky. Don't think of anything else. Look at the formations, whatever is, you know, birds or plane. I'm quite near the airport, so I see quite a lot of planes going around. So I'm like, yeah, oh, you know, how many planes gone past? Whatever tickles your fancy that time, you know. So it changes for me every time. But what that does is just 2 minutes, and it just opens your mind up, and you refresh already, ready to go back to whatever you needed to do, right? And I agree. So you need that stop start section for your body as well, because it needs to do that, right? Because if you are an electronic item, we all own one. Everybody owns an electronic item that needs restarting because it froze.
Yes. Right.
And why did it freeze? Because it's just continuously running. We are making it work hard, right? We have to can you turn it off and start again, right? And that's what happens to our body as well. So we don't want it to go to a stop-start moment, like where you have to switch it off and start again. That just means you're hospitalized, right? Or you're in the bed with meds now. But having that small moments of let's slow down, and you don't even need to slow down, you know, because a lot of people think, I don't have time to slow down. Well, okay, you have 2 minutes to just look up at the sky, just go out, right? When you're getting yourself a glass of water, just look up, right? Look out the window. If you're in the office, look out the window, right?
I love that. Yeah, just look at something, focus on something that is not your entire day. And I love it that it's unlimited. You say unlimited, and it's a good advice. Nice, very nice. But if you have also 1 or 2 minutes, you can do some breathing exercise. Like a breathing exercise is 1 minute. You can do box breathing, like 5 seconds in, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds out, and 5 seconds hold. And you do it for 5-6 times, and you're ready to go back. If you are back to back, you're ready to go back to what you're doing, because it focuses you and it helps you get in more air, and then you get focused right on again. Yeah. We just need to remember these things. I also forget.
Well,
You know, you know,
I'm guilty
it's
of
like,
that as well.
yeah,
So I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm
yeah,
not saying
for
that
sure.
I do it every time.
Yeah,
I forget it myself. But it's a case of the times you do realize, you know, like you have to acknowledge that it is becoming too much, or yes, you know, when you realize that ideas are not coming to you, right? When you're head down and like ideas
yes,
are not coming, what's
yeah,
happening? I'm in a block. That's when you need to recognize, go for a walk. I mean, walk always helps. I mean, I'm a firm believer of walk. So it's like, whatever's happening, go for a
yeah,
walk, you know, and
yeah.
all your best ideas will come to you whilst you're walking.
Yeah, a
You
walk
know, listen to your walk.
yeah, a walk is something that is known by research that uh, why we were walking creatures. Now we're sitting
Yeah.
creatures, unfortunately, but we are walking creatures. When we walk, everything is moving, and also our brain produces a specific chemical that helps us remember, think about new things, get new ideas, and stuff like that. That's why some people are just walking as they are talking. They have this walker. I saw them walking on their desks. They have this walker being down their desks and stuff like that, because it helps you think. It helps you think, and it also keeps you moving, keeps your heart rating, and then you can just go about. Not when you sit, your main muscles, your legs, are not moving, which is bad for the body, because then everything shuts down. It's like you're going to sort of a sleep mode. So if it takes too long, then you're not in a good shape. You can't think anymore. As you said, you need to go for a walk. You need to do something. You need to move. You need to raise up your heart rate in order to do something, to get back to your zone, to your muse, whatever you're doing. Yeah, yeah.
I love that, and then, you know, thanks for obviously expanding on this as well. So is there take us through your routine? You know, what's serving you well now, right? So obviously, what's working for you might not work for others, but what's
Yeah.
your routine? You know, is there a ritual that you do every morning or before going to bed
Yeah.
and things like that throughout the day?
Yeah.
Recommend everybody to obviously try different things and see what works for them. But what's working for you now?
Yeah, for me, in the morning, if the gym was opening sooner, then I would go to the gym first, but I can't. So I start with a meditation. I usually go with duality meditation. Duality is our connection with energy and our body. And this is like a chakra and clearing and grounding. So I'm getting back to my body from the dream, from everything, and I'm getting back into my body, which doesn't mean that I'm like this. No, my body is my soul is coming back to my body. I'm relaxing, and everything is good, and I'm here now. I'm not floating around in my thoughts. So this is what I do usually, or the 6-phase meditation, if you know, by ZISHAN, and then I go to, if I'm not going to the gym that day, I'm doing yoga or I'm doing a walk. So, yeah, I also love walks, and I'm not running. I'm not running. I just wrote a paper about not running because,
I'm with you there then.
Yeah. I used to run long distances. I never ran, and then I started running with my changes, and then my legs hurt. It's painful. Why? I don't need this. So when I got into 10x, I stopped running because I saw no benefit in it. There is benefit, of course, but the 10x is much more, let's say, a little functional. It's simpler and it's easier to do. It's easier and it's safer. Also, you're not getting hurt. Okay, so I do walks because I really love moving, and I like to listen to a podcast when I'm going for a walk, which expands my mind and all of that. And forever. And then sometimes I journal. I love to journal. Specifically now that I'm growing my business, I'm trying to pick up the health coaching business, and I'm also thinking about ideas, what is going on. So I'm writing it down, spilling it out, and whatever comes out, it can be about the other day, or successes or fails, or what I'm thankful for, which is really good, being grateful, doing, sometimes I do gratefulness meditation. Yeah, this is what works for me. But I'm waking up at 5 to do it in an hour, because then the kids.
Yeah. That's quite interesting to hear that, right? So you're in the 5 a.m. club, waking up at 5 a.m. And starting the day and going through, right? So this what I'm hearing also is there's quite a lot of meditation throughout your day, right? And that's a way of you gathering yourself back. And a lot of people say the grounding, as you mentioned as well, grounding yourself down. So for people who are not into meditation, or find it a bit challenging for that, the term I would say to them would be, find a way where you can collect yourself back up again, because throughout the day, you've been giving yourself, let's say if you're a piece of a puzzle, you've been giving those puzzle pieces away throughout the day to all these different things that you want to do. But now you need to find yourself as hang on a minute, let's all come back here. Okay, we've not lost any pieces, right? Now we can go back out again, right? So it's a case of like coming together and doing that. And I love that you're also going through the gratitude sessions and being thankful for whatever that is, right? And what I've noticed is because I'm a part of an accountability group that we started ourselves after coming back from Estonia, after the Mind Valley event.
Really?
We started every Monday, now UK 6 a.m. UK time, and people are in different parts of the world for that, so it's different time for them. So 6 a.m. I host the call, and what we do is we say gratitude for the week that was just passed, and then we set intentions for the week we are in now. And if we're only doing it one day, but other people obviously they continue throughout the day, but the one day is the accountability day, because we want to make sure everybody is there and we've done it, right? We are holding each other, we are turning up. Now, I had a couple of hit and misses there, because it is 6 a.m. and now being cold, so
it's too late for you. 6 a.m.
6 a.m. The duvet sometimes is nicer. The duvet is very nice sometimes, You're like, oh yeah, let's just stay in the bed. But there has been one person who has been regular and he's not missed it, So he's there, he's championing it, and it makes me now the person who started the calls turn up every day. So like, if he's doing it, I need to go there, right? So,
that's the accountability, man.
That's the accountability. But what we notice is that from having these calls, and what we end up doing is we end up acknowledging quite a lot of things which we didn't recognize throughout the week, which we didn't realize throughout the week, because we are being so thankful for the week that has just passed. And then we are like ticking the stuff off, what we are thankful for, what we are doing this. So some people are writing things down, some people are meditating. So we do it the way serves you best. So there's nothing there, but we do say certain lines, and you can resonate with the line and make notes on it or meditate on it. So, but what we realize at the end is there's so many things that we become thankful for, which we didn't notice throughout the week. And then we are setting new intentions to go into the week we are now starting. And so we're going into the week prepared and with intent of what we want to achieve, not just starting the week thinking, okay, it's Monday, I don't know, let's see what the day brings. But we have an idea. We have an idea of what the day should bring. If it all goes well, this is how my day should look like, right? But we know sometimes it doesn't happen 100%, but you have your intentions of how your day should look like, should it all goes well. And that's what resonated when you are also mentioning your routine and how your day works. And I love that. And so take us through of, you're obviously growing your business as well. You're saying, so you're working on that. what are, what was your pivotal point in starting that business? So if there's entrepreneurs listening to this now, what would you recommend, like blind spot that you came across and you're like, oh man, if somebody has shown me this, we all come through it, but what was your pivotal moments, and if you had any?
For me, it's I have now a business coach that helps me. She's a dear friend that I met in Estonia. She's really taking me out of my comfort zone. I have no one who is an entrepreneur in the family. Like everyone is, hired by others. So, so I don't know about, I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship, or it wasn't my path as well. So it just came by surprise, and she really helped me, and she took me out of myself and letting me know what needs to be done in order to get higher and higher in the business. And I'm just starting, so I don't have many pivotal points, but definitely so grateful for taking this business coach. It really helps me. For me, the hardest thing was to come and introduce myself and just say, I'm offering this. And it's still hard for me. Although with all the titles and whatever, people think, no, it's hard. It's really hard to give yourself out. Specifically as a coach, it's like, I want to help you. I know you need help, but it's hard for me to. So I need to understand that not offering is a miss thing. Like I'm doing bad for that person. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one thing that is really for me.
I can totally resonate with that. In my early, I will say, side of when I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have a day role. I have a day role as well that I am hired by somebody else during the day. But that was just because, I needed to do certain things. It was for a specific reason that I went into it. But I am a serial entrepreneur. I will dabble into anything and everything, right? But there was some times where I knew I can help somebody, but it was, as you say, it was just hard. And how I looked at it was, it was some of my coaches that I worked with helped me to understand, how we doing the injustice to the community by not offering the support, right? Or allowing them to decide should they want to take our support, right? So at least you can say, I can help you with this X, Y, Z. I am qualified to do this. I'm qualified to do that. Should you need my help, reach me out here. But how easy it's sounding to now? I can say this comfortably. It was not like that before. Before, I'm sure. It will be like, oh my God, So it's a case of, again, mindset, and hence I work with a lot of mindset. Any client of mine that works with me, we mainly focus on the mindset, because that's where it all starts.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing, you are brilliant at it. But what's stopping you from moving forward, or actually launching, or else actually succeeding, is the mindset. Because none of us are trained for this, right? As you said, like you're the first entrepreneur in your family. I am pretty much the first one in my family. My brother and everything had started their own businesses, but it's not entrepreneur, it's business. It's a business. It's not entrepreneurship, because I see it as two different things. Because you having a business is not being an entrepreneur, because entrepreneur, you are trying to solve something in the world. You are trying to help something to do with something in the world. Opening a business is, how I see it, is totally monetary value. You're opening a business because it's going to be a profitable business, right? Hence it's called a business. Exactly. Whereas being an entrepreneur, why people are called entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are always looking for where I can solve that problem. Who can I help get success? Who can, that's what they are looking at. If you look at Richard Branson, Elon Musk, although Elon Musk is going through some problems at the moment, but they are the entrepreneurs. They are my entrepreneurs that you see have done so much for the world
Yes.
out there, right?
Yes.
So they
Yeah.
have actually changed so many things, you know, out there that they've created. And made, I mean, Richard Branson made music accessible to so many people out there with his stores, you know, and radio, and now flights, and everybody is now trying to go to the moon as well. So he's part of that as well. So, you know, it's there. And that's what I think as an entrepreneur is. But to do that, you need a specific mindset, because we all get told as an employee mindset. Nothing wrong with the employee mindset. You know, it's brilliant for some people. They thrive on it and succeed. You know, it's good. But for people like us who are, you know, who have that itching thing that we want to create something, we need that shift in the mindset, in that mindset from being an employee. We need to become an entrepreneur, and becoming an entrepreneur means we need to now take ownership of everything that we do and anything that we do, which means if we are not doing anything, we are doing this just for the person that will have used that service, and us as well, because we're not being true to ourselves, right? And when that shift happens to my mind, and every time I see a block in me, like if I'm not, and I need to take a step, and I'm having that block, and I'm like, you know, I can't do it. I just say to myself, you know, why are you lying to yourself? I thought this is what you want to do. I say that to myself inside, and the next thing you know is I've overcome it, and I'm taking the step to whatever that is, right? So whatever I'm trying to do is happening. And I this year in 2022, that's how I started, you know, in terms of, I was like, okay, I'm going to do everything that I can in 2022 and continuing, which scares me. So it started with skydiving. So the first time I was able to go to holiday and everything, I was straight to Dubai. You know, the best place to do skydiving, because you got the palm and everything in the background. So, you know, you get photo bragging shots and everything. So like, yep, do the skydiving straight away. That's the biggest fear that everybody has, right? So overcoming that fear, you do that. And how I see it was, if you've done that, you can do at least 80-90% of the stuff after that, right? Because if you've jumped off a plane tied to somebody, what if you're thinking, what if something breaks? I know I'm tied to something.
You can't think.
Yeah, exactly, you know. So it's so many things that can go wrong, right? And which will stop you from going into the plane, right, from beginning. And you're like, okay, I'll check it out. I paid for it. Bye bye money. I don't care. You know. And where's the bar? Let's go there. But I went and I did that, and it's amazing. That's awesome. When after that feeling, when I came down back to earth, it was like, can I go back up again? I was like, literally feeling that. I'm like, can I go back up again? But obviously, you have to. I couldn't go back up.
I know what you're talking about. I did the same thing. I had a big trip 14 years ago in New Zealand, and I was looking forward to jumping off a plane. Actually, it was a very beautiful place, a big lake. And it was amazing. Yeah, as you say, you want to go back there. You want to go back up there. It's so exhilarating and amazing. Yeah.
And that's why I was like, you know, it's something that we have to be careful with our mind, what we say to ourselves, right? So what is your take on the mindset? As obviously you work with mindset as well for people,
for sure.
And their health as well. So what's your take on the mindset, and how can, if you're able to share something that people can take away for that mindset wise, what would you recommend, you know, the little thing that they can do by themselves to change? Start a change.
Yeah, for me, it's just start with something. Like if you want to get in shape, start with something that is not getting you resistant to. I mean, do one push-up before you go to bed. Start with that. You want to start walking, you say, don't go for 5 miles now and walk. No, take out the shoes and put them on and get out of the house and come back.
Yeah.
Or forward. This is how you advance. You start with small steps, and then you go and you get larger and larger and bigger, and you just want to get there because it draws you. When you start, the thing just draws you. Yeah. So this is my.
I love that.
Yeah, this is my big advice for
that,
to start really small, but start now, not tomorrow, not, oh, it's, I don't know, it's Christmas, it's whatever, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm whatever. No, start now. Okay.
I actually love that. You know, to take that step and start small. And you just do
very
something,
small,
whatever that is.
Super small.
Do something.
Yeah.
So, and then that builds up, right? So you're starting in these micro habits. You're building those micro habits, which will then become macro, and be the actual habit that you do. It's a bit like how the body clock works, right? So if you are waking up at a specific time every day yourself, or with the alarm, you know, but one day when the alarm is not off, your body just wakes you up because it thinks you should be up now, right? So, and you're like, oh. It's like, it's Saturday, I'm not going to work today, right? And like, okay, then go back to bed. So sometimes that's what happens to people, you know, like when they're going Monday to Friday at a specific time, they're waking up for work, and Saturday they're not doing anything, they still wake up. And that's because those are those little micro habits that got created. And so I love that you know, take those little steps and whatever that is. And I love that, you know, put your shoes on, go out, and then come back. Go around. Go down, I don't know, move 5 houses down and then come back up 5 houses, right? So back to your house. I love that, and it's gonna create a habit, right? So it's less resistance there,
Exactly.
And
And when you get resistance, you just build up a different habit on top of it. I mean, if you're resistant to it, don't start it. You need to go down. Like if going out of the house with the shoes is too hard for you, okay? So just take out the shoes, put them on, and take them off. You know, go as low as you can think of. So just you can start tomorrow, okay? This is what I'm saying. And when you go into it and you build it up, go and take another one. You went into the house, close the door. What am I doing now? I'm going to read a book, or the book is right there in the bookcase and it's a bit outside so I can see it. It's bugging me. I need to read it. I know I need to read it. 1 page. I don't know, 1 sentence, whatever. Start with something. Okay.
I love that. I love that. That's actually a good takeaway for anybody who's been you know, listening to us, is to do something, start something, and start something small as it can be for you. You know, where there is no resistance or less, right? I would say that, less and no resistance at all. So that's amazing. In regards to, you know, what would you suggest to people listening here now, to if they're thinking of anything, you know, health wise as well? Is that something you would recommend them to? You know, I mean, everybody looks for losing weight. As we are coming to an end of the year now, you know, it's 6th of December today, 2022. Everybody will be soon like sitting down, writing down their resolutions, which they will never keep.
Yeah, whatever. Exactly.
It's gonna be forgotten in 2 weeks. So, what would you recommend instead of resolution? What would you recommend for them to start the new year with?
Yeah, that's a good question. The new year, I would make a vision for my year. I would not make a resolution that I'm going to do this and that and this. I want to look at something at the end of the year. Did I do it or didn't? And if I didn't do it, and if I didn't make where I wanted to go, why didn't it happen? So this is something I would do at the beginning of the year. I usually do it with my wife. We're making this vision for the next year, which is really nice. in all the categories of life, which means how I want to be with my kids, how I want to be in my career, how much money I want to make, how much friends I want to have, who are the friends I want to be with, who is not. My health, what is the health I want? How do I want to look at the end of next year? And if I want to lose weight, how do I do it? What is my vision?
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So have a vision board, right? So have a vision board instead of these resolutions, which we know they don't get resolved.
You know, next month I'm going to run a marathon. No, you're not. No, you're not. You know, start with
that's
something.
Not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. Yeah.
It's actually good. So people listening to this now, you know, if you're thinking of resolutions and everything, and we know how that works for everybody, you know, so bin that, sit down and do a resolution. And I love that you're doing that with your wife as well. You know, it's a joint goal, and then you both know where each other wants to be. So you're not in the way, you're supporting each other, right? And I love that. So
exactly.
I come across a lot of families and couples who are in each other's way sometimes because they haven't communicated with each other what they want for the what is their goal, what they want for this year, you know, and I love that. So this is a massive takeaway for myself as well. You know, we do sit down, but we plan our holidays for the whole,
that's good. Whole year. That's also good.
Because we are doing something, right? We plan all our holidays, so we actually know where we are spending time off from work and everything. You know, we are both busy people as well, so at least we know that if when we are relaxing, this is where we want to be, right? And that's how we are. So our calendars are aligned with that. Then, you know, school holidays, this is where we are.
That's
birthdays, this is where we are, you know. So that's aligned. So I love
start
that.
somewhere. You start somewhere.
That's it. I'm sure it'll build into a vision board as well for us. You know. We should be wrapping this up soon now. So, you know, Avi, you've been very, you know, brave and sharing all these amazing stories with us and vulnerabilities that you've also shared, you know, of your story and journey. There's lots to take away from here. People who've been listening to this episode now, this episode is live on Instagram at the moment, and it will be posted on as a podcast on all the podcast channels where it's available. It will happen that in a few months' time. So if you're listening to this on a podcast, this was recorded on 6th of December 2002. So hence we were talking about
2022.
Yeah,
22.
Yeah, 22. Did I say something? Yeah, I missed. Maybe I said
2002. Never mind.
2022. In my head, I was saying that 2022. Yes,
that's okay. That's okay. No worries.
2022. So people who are listening to this, and if you had a aha moment or you had a spark, you know, by listening to this conversation now, and you were like, wow, you know, I've just taken something away, and that spark, it's our duty now to share this with others. We should not keep that spark with us because we don't know who's just woken up or gone to bed thinking of a better day. And if you had that spark, it might create that spark in them as well. And that's all we need, is to create that spark, create that inspiration for others to take that step or whatever they're thinking of to do that, right? Avi, before we wrap this up, what would you like to leave the audience with that, you know, resonates with you or you would love them to know?
Yeah, as I said, I think the body is our vehicle to our life. And there's a saying that I love to say to my clients, that a healthy man has 1,000 wishes, but a sick man has only one wish, and that's to be healthy. So keep healthy. And if you keep your routine, your lifestyle with health, and you take care of your body at all times, you're just going to be really okay. And if you need help, you can come to me. And I forgot to mention one thing, and people will be angry with me. And we have my fellow group coaches that we have a free newsletter called Timeverse. So you can come up and join, and I would really love if you can put a link when we post it out. Just to sign up for it. It's free. You get all health, holistic things about health for women, the latest issue, and for kids, the first issue that we posted. So please, you can come and sign up. And that's about it.
I actually love that, and thank you for sharing about your holistic work as well. And then I'll recommend everybody to reach out to you. I mean, where is the best place for them to reach out to you? Instagram, LinkedIn?
Yeah, I have a website that we can also put the link later, and on Facebook. I'm mostly on Facebook. Instagram is like not yet. I'm learning it myself. So yeah, so mostly on Facebook. Look for my name. I'm there.
Awesome. So is there a link on your Instagram bio already that they can follow and find everything, right?
Yes, for sure.
I'll suggest to everybody, if you're interested and you want to connect with Avi, go to his Instagram page, because that's where they are listening to this now. And the website link is there, and then from there they can connect to you and find everything. But I'll recommend everybody to connect with you and find out, because I have seen those changes literally there, and people go through his Instagram page is there. You will see it. I recommend 100%. And 100%. What I always say is, if you want to get results, you want to see that result on that person as well. Especially when it comes to health coaches, right? If you want a certain design, you want to see if that person has that design themselves as well, right? So that they can help you create and build that design for you as well. So this is what I say, so thank you very much, Avi. You've been brilliant guest, and thank you very much for sharing all this amazing journey with this. Everybody else, thank you as well, and we will see you next Tuesday with another amazing guest. Avi, thank you very much.
Thank you, ZISHAN, for inviting me. See you. ביי ביי.
מקווה שנהנתם חברים מהפרק הזה. אם מצאתם בו ערך, אני אשמח שתעבירו אותו לאנשים נוספים שיהנו מהפרקים האלה, ובכלל מהמסע ומכל מה ששמעתם כאן. כרגיל אני אסיים באמירה שלאדם בריא יש 1000 משאלות, ולאדם חולה יש רק משאלה אחת, והמשאלה הזאת היא להיות בריא, וכמו שהם ראיתם, זה לא כזה קשה, אפשר לעשות את זה. אז שיהיה לכם אחלה שנה, שנת 2024, וכמובן, אתם מוזמנים להמשיך להקשיב ולהאזין לפודקאסט שאתם רצים, איפה שאתם נמצאים, ותודה לכם שהאזנתם עד כה, ושיהיה לכם שבוע מצוין. נתראה בשבוע הבא. ביי.